Hi, thank you so much for joining me today for day 13 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch has been created by Amanda Castle. You can see it in the top left-hand corner there. So as soon as I saw this sketch with the two tags on, I realised that I wanted to use a pattern paper background, which if you've followed me for a while, you know I don't often do, but I am trying to do a little bit more. And it made me think of this paper from the Vicki Boutin Discover and Create collection because of that white border around the edge. You can see on this sketch that Amanda's got a few layers around the edge with her journaling going around the edge of the page. So I pulled out Discover and Create, got this paper from the paper pad, which I adore, and these two photos of Amelia back in 2018 when we were taking a train journey from London back home and she was doing her knitting. It was so cute. So I documented that. So here I'm just trimming down these tags. I think this is a 6x8 pad that had printed tags on. And I'm just trimming those down to use those. Now, those scissors that I'm using are left-handed scissors. I am left-handed, as you can see. I'm really struggling with them. I don't know whether it's a lifetime of using right-handed scissors and getting used to working out how to cut with those, but I'm really not getting on with them. So if you're left-handed and you've used these Tim Holtz scissors, let me know your thoughts as well. I'd love to hear what you think. So anyway, those tags, I've just punched 2 holes in the tops, and this is sort of where I veer away from the sketch. I try my best to keep to it, but I think sometimes creativity just takes over. The sketch certainly started this layout, but it's quite different at the end. I haven't got the hanging tags much as I tried. So I'm just going through I've got the papery pieces and the ephemera in here, also some cut aparts that I've just popped in this tub when I've cut them apart, and I'm just building up layers behind my photo. So I really like that card with the scissors on it, so I wanted to use that as a layer, and I love that card that says take note, so I wanted to use that. I wanted that tab on the left hand side because I always have my date on a tab, so I thought that was perfect. Love this notebook paper. So at first I had it on the right there, but I do move that to the top of the photo once I start adding more pieces. I think about adding another pair of scissors, but it's overkill really when she's knitting, not cutting. So I do move those shortly. And then I find this camera, which I think will work really nicely. So this is where I move that paper to the top of the photo. And these layers actually came together really, really quickly. Sometimes I struggle creating layers like this, but I just loved making this cluster. I think this collection is so very easy to use. It's really versatile. I've mentioned it before. It's definitely my favourite collection for a long, long time. So I'm just cutting out this piece that says today's activity, and I'd already cut a strip that said, and life will always be fulfilling, which I think is so true. If you've got your crafts, you always feel fulfilled when you make things yourself, don't you? Whether it's scrapbooking or knitting or sewing or whatever it is that you do. So I think I'm just about ready to start gluing things down. I'm really happy with the way that cluster looks. I've not glued it to the background. I'm going to glue it all together and then decide exactly where I want it to go on the background. So you can see I've got my new fine nozzle tip on my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. Now these are brilliant. I'm getting used to it now, and if you want to make your glue go further, get one of these because it comes out in a tiny little string, but because the Nouveau is such a good glue, it sticks really well. So I'm finding that I'm not going through a tube nearly as quickly as I have done in the past. So a little tip for you, it's well worth investing in these fine tip nozzles. So just going around and slowly gluing these bits to one another before I stick it to the background paper. And I'm still contemplating my title, and in the end I don't go in with a title. I just use the words that I've got around the page as the title, and I do have my journaling around the page as well. You'll see that in a bit. So just like I say, getting it all glued down takes a little while. Adding that strip to the bottom. And then the bulldog clip. I just love these bulldog clips. Vicki Boutin has them in all her collections, doesn't she? And in plentiful. So just about there now with gluing it all down. And then I want to add some string to those tag holes. And this is where I veer away from the sketch. I had thought about taking the string up to the top of the page per the lovely sketch by Amanda, but it just wasn't working for me. So I don't even make you watch all of that because it's painful for me trying to thread this it's the wax twine that we sell at Hey Little Magpie. I threaded it through, I tried it over the top, I threaded it through each of the holes, through the other hole, but this is how it ends up. So it goes through that right tag and then down through the left tag and then just trails down to the bottom of the left hand side of the page. So now that's all together, I can glue it down. And once I've got the glue on the back, I'll work out exactly how I want it. But I do want the photos to be straight, well, the words across the bottom of the photos to be straight. And I also wanted that take note piece to be straight, so I do have to pull it apart a little bit just to get that bit straighter. Well, I may have done that already, actually. And now I'm just adding a dot of glue to hold that string in place, and then just using my water bottle to hold that where it should go. So adding another dot at the bottom there, and then I'm going to come in with my journaling. And as I say, I'm doing that around the bottom edges of the page per the sketch. So now that's down, I can add my date with my roller date stamp. So 17th of March 2018. Now this is a papery piece, so it's very, very flimsy, and it's on top of that twine. So the stamp didn't stamp terribly well, but I'm just going to go over those letters very roughly with my black pen to spell out March. And just join the 2 circles that make the 8, so it didn't look like 2010. So now I'm going through these foam stickers and just finding a couple to add to the top there. I've got one that says right now and then one that says good habits. So I'll add those to the top. And then once those are down, I do faff about trying to decide where to put this, but it goes above that first phrase, and these anchor that thread quite nicely as well at the top there. Then on the 6x12 sticker sheet, I find this here, and I think that works nicely. And then one that says obsessed, which I add to that file tab at the top. And then these gorgeous circles. So I use one that says this to fill in that gap next to today's activity. And then the other one fits really nicely that says love inside the camera. So I'm just adding that into the lens of the camera. And then going around with some of the gold dots and a black circle with a gold star to finish off. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. A little bonus video from me today. Usually I upload Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I knew I wouldn't have time to do all of the videos in this series, but I'm trying to dip in where I can as extras. Thanks again. See you soon. Bye.